Why do so many men seem to fear commitment in relationships? A question that sounds simple, yet its answer is complex and multifaceted, like a prism refracting light into a spectrum of colors. We are, after all, delving into the intricate labyrinth of human psychology, where clear-cut answers are as elusive as the proverbial pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. One could say it's a paradox of sorts, this fear of commitment. Most men, if you ask, would agree that they want a companion, someone to share life's ups and downs with, to grow old with. Yet, when it comes to taking that decisive step, to commit, to promise to be there, come what may, the brakes are slammed, the walls go up, and the fear sets in. It's like wanting to dive into the ocean, but fearing the depth at the same time. Now, why is that? Why does the idea of commitment seem so daunting to many men? Is it the fear of losing independence? The fear of making the wrong choice? Or is it just the fear of the unknown, the unpredictability that comes with sharing your life with someone else? Over the next several minutes, we will attempt to dissect this paradox, to peel back the layers and delve into the heart of the matter. We will explore the psychology behind this fear of commitment, seek insights from relationship experts, examine the impact it has on relationships, and finally discuss ways to overcome it. We'll journey into the depths of the human psyche, the labyrinthine corridors of the mind where fears are born and nurtured. We'll also look at societal expectations, cultural norms, and personal experiences that shape a person's view of commitment. So buckle up as we embark on this journey, a journey of understanding, a journey of introspection. To understand this, we delve into the world of psychology and relationship experts' opinions. Psychologists have long studied the fear of commitment in men. The world of psychology has given us many intriguing theories to explain this fear. Let's delve into some of them. First, there's Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, who posited that our adult behavior is greatly shaped by our childhood experiences. In the context of commitment phobia, Freud might suggest that a man's early interactions with parental figures could influence his ability to form long-term relationships in adulthood. Following Freud, Erik Erikson, a developmental psychologist, proposed a series of life stages, each with its unique psychosocial crisis. According to Erikson, if a man experiences difficulties during the intimacy versus isolation stage, typically occurring in early adulthood, he may struggle with developing intimate relationships, thus fostering a fear of commitment. Next, let's talk about attachment theory, developed by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth. This theory suggests that our early attachment styles with caregivers can influence our adult relationships. Men with insecure attachment styles may find it difficult to trust and commit to a partner, as they fear rejection or abandonment. Another angle to consider is the impact of past relationships. Psychologists note that traumatic experiences, such as a painful breakup or betrayal, can trigger a fear of commitment. Men might avoid deep emotional involvement to protect themselves from experiencing similar pain in the future. Lastly, let's not forget the role of societal and cultural expectations. In some cultures, men are encouraged to be independent and self-reliant, which can sometimes translate into a reluctance to commit to a relationship that may be perceived as limiting one's freedom. However, it's crucial to remember that these theories and concepts are not one-size-fits-all. Each individual's psyche is complex and unique, and what holds true for one may not for another. While psychology provides some answers, relationship experts offer a different perspective. Relationship experts often see fear of commitment as a symptom rather than a cause. This statement is a cornerstone of understanding the psychological complexities that surround commitment issues. Let's delve into it more deeply. Many relationship experts view the fear of commitment as a reflection of deeper, more profound fears. It's like an iceberg, where what we see on the surface is just a small fraction of what lies beneath. In the context of relationships, the fear of commitment might be the tip of this iceberg, the visible part. But underneath, submerged in the depths of one's psyche, are other fears that push this fear of commitment to the surface. One such fear is the fear of rejection. It's a common human experience to feel the sting of rejection. But for some, this fear is so intense that it prevents them from taking the risk of committing to a relationship. They may think, what if I commit and then I'm rejected? This fear can be paralyzing, causing them to avoid commitment altogether. Another underlying fear is the fear of failure. This is not just about failing in a relationship, but failing as a person. Some individuals may worry that they will not meet the expectations of their partner, that they will somehow fail at being a good partner. This fear can result in a reluctance to commit because, in their minds, No commitment means no potential for failure. And then there's the fear of losing freedom. For some, commitment is synonymous with loss of independence. They fear that committing to a relationship will mean giving up their autonomy, their ability to make decisions solely for themselves. This fear can make the idea of commitment feel like a trap, a limitation on their freedom. In essence, fear of commitment is often a protective response, a shield against potential emotional harm. It's a way for individuals to protect themselves from the pain of rejection, the disappointment of failure, and the perceived loss of freedom. These fears, while common, can lead to a struggle with commitment. Understanding these underlying fears is the first step towards addressing commitment issues. It's about digging deeper beneath the tip of the iceberg to uncover the fears that fuel the fear of commitment. Fear of commitment doesn't just affect the individual, it also impacts their relationships. Let's unpack this a bit, shall we? When men fear commitment, it's like a domino effect on their relationships. This fear can create emotional distance. Picture this: you're in a relationship with someone who's constantly holding back, always keeping a part of themselves hidden. It's like trying to swim in a pool with no water. You can go through the motions, but it feels empty, doesn't it? Emotional distance can leave both parties feeling unsatisfied and unfulfilled, creating a chasm that's hard to bridge. Now let's talk about instability. When fear of commitment is in play, relationships can become a rocky terrain. One day, everything seems fine. The next, it feels like you're on a roller coaster, with no idea when the next drop will come. This unpredictability can be exhausting and stressful, leading to a constant state of uncertainty. It's like trying to build a house on shifting sands. Without a solid foundation, it's bound to collapse. And this brings us to our next point: relationship failure. Yes, it's a harsh reality, but it's one we need to face. When fear of commitment is not addressed, it can lead to the end of a relationship. It's like a poison, slowly seeping into the core of the bond, weakening it until it breaks. The lack of commitment can make the other person feel insecure, unloved, and eventually, they may decide to walk away. But remember, it's not all doom and gloom. Recognizing the impact of this fear is the first step towards change. It's about understanding that commitment doesn't mean losing freedom, but rather, it's about choosing to share your life with someone, to grow with them, and to face the world together. Commitment can be scary, but it is also essential for a strong, healthy relationship. So let's explore how one can overcome this fear in our next segment. Stay with us. Overcoming fear of commitment is not easy, but it is possible. It starts with acknowledging the fear. Recognize it, embrace it, and don't shy away from it. It's only when we confront our fears that we can begin to conquer them. One strategy is to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are trained to guide you through your fears and help you understand their origins. They can provide you with tools and strategies to manage your fear and move forward. Communication is key. Open up to your partner about your fears. Be honest and transparent. This can help build trust and understanding in your relationship. Also, remember to take things slow. There's no need to rush. Take time to get to know your partner, to understand your feelings, and to grow together. Overcoming fear of commitment is a journey. It may not happen overnight, but with patience, understanding, and effort, it's achievable. Overcoming fear of commitment can lead to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Fear of commitment is a complex issue with both psychological and relational aspects. It's a paradox that while men desire connection, the fear of commitment may sometimes hold them back. The psychological theories we've discussed shed light on the origins of this fear, tracing it back to past experiences, childhood trauma, or societal pressures. We've heard from relationship experts who stress the importance of communication and understanding in tackling this fear. They've highlighted how such fear can impact relationships, often leading to a cycle of short-lived romances or unfulfilled long-term partnerships. But the good news is, overcoming the fear of commitment is possible. It requires self-reflection, courage, and often professional guidance. Strategies like gradual exposure to commitment, therapy, or opening up to trusted loved ones can make a significant difference. In conclusion, understanding and addressing fear of commitment can lead to healthier, stronger relationships for men and their partners. It's not a quick fix, but a journey worth taking for the sake of love and connection.